Hey guys, today I want to review a few new pieces that I got in from Sezane, from their new spring collection. I'm really excited about a lot of these pieces, but I don't plan to keep all of them. I just want to review them with you today. A couple of them I was really surprised by sizes of. So I will list everything down below where you can find them, if they're still available that is, and I think they restock every Wednesday, and then I'll also list which sizes I got and everything if I don't mention it here today. Also, by the end of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you on the screen which ones I finally decide to keep or send back. I'm going to start with what I believe to be my favorite piece. This is the Francis blouse. I love the lace detail that's going along the edge here. There's small buttons on the back that line that, and this is definitely a top that I prefer to tuck in, but if not, there are little tiny lace details along the edges on the bottom as well. So the sleeves are puffed sleeves, and they are sort of cinched right here at the edges with more lace. The nice thing too is that this can be worn in one of two ways. You can wear it off the shoulder, which is sort of my preference. I love off the shoulder tops like this, but you can definitely put the shoulders like upright, and that's going to be completely fine. That's how a lot of the pictures online are showing that as well. So altogether, this has been a big win for me. I am just really excited to be able to wear it from now through when it gets to be much warmer. Next is the Untitled Shirt. Could be possibly pronounced differently in French, so apologies there for anything that I butcher, but I really do love this one. This is something that I got a little bit earlier on. One thing that I love about it is just how dramatic the sleeves are, and what's really going to work well for my body style is, since I am more pear-shaped, anything that adds a little bit of volume here for me is a win, and so I can wear this if it is like completely puffed up, or I can wear it if I sort of tame it down a little bit and for a more of a not bohemian look, but it has a little bit of that essence to it. Aside from the sleeves, in the body itself, it's actually quite more form-fitting, and so the contrast there between having something form-fitting here and something much looser and bulkier on the sleeves really creates for a beautiful look, and so just use that with your discretion as far as your own body style. Of course, they did not skimp on anything. There is so much lace, so much little embroidery going on, so many little ruffles. I mean, you're just not lost for detail there. One color I am adding to my wardrobe this season is this royal blue color, and so that's why I did pick up a t-shirt that matches that beautiful color. This is called Electric Blue, and this is my first t-shirt, something much more casual from Sezane that I've gotten. So what I do like about this is that it's 100% organic cotton. Anytime I can find that, I feel like it's just a treasure. It's so much softer, and obviously it's good for your skin. Some other really great qualities about how it is just designed and cut is that the sleeves seem to be a little bit longer on the longer side, which you can of course roll, but I really prefer having a longer sort of short sleeve there. And also the neckline here, I would say it's almost standard to a regular t-shirt, but it does seem maybe just a little bit on the wider side, which is also much more flattering. So I really do like this a lot. It's not too thin. A lot of times that's really a problem with t-shirts as well, as if they're just so paper thin. And this is a color that I feel works for my skin. I feel like that is something that I am being more drawn toward, and so that's something that I'm incorporating into my color scheme. Next is the Christina blouse. This is in the shade Metallic Diamonds, and why they call it that is that there is a small sort of diamond shape in the pattern itself with the metallic material. It is something that is much more loose fitting. I feel like if they would have had one size lower, that I might have gone with that. And it did suggest that on the website as well, where it's supposed to be worn loose. So it's really about preference and what sizes are available. That is one thing about Sezane that I so wish, is that one day they would introduce one size smaller, just because tops like this are a little bit overwhelming on me as a petite. I do like it the way I can wear it though, so I'm not just wearing this, you know, loosely untucked and buttoned up to the top. Instead, I'm using this sort of wrap technique and having that front area sort of unfolded there, just so the idea of it being loose fitting is something that's still showing skin. That's definitely one of my tips. And I do like the shade of this. It is something that matches my skin tone, especially right now, very well. Moving into summertime, I hope to have like a little bit more of a summer glow, so it would change the way this looks on me. Next is the Shauna Shirt. So this one comes in navy or this cream color. I would say that this cream color does have a little bit of a peach or blush tone to it, which is really beautiful. It is a little bit on the see-through side, the sheer side, so you can definitely watch my video I did last year on how to style sheer clothing. And if you're just like at a loss to how to wear something like this, hopefully that can be a good resource. I do love the way that they constructed the front here with all of those pleats, and then there's ruffles on the sleeves, which is actually quite beautiful, and I like to just have those up just a little bit, and it just has this beautiful sort of, it feels like a peasant top almost, where it's got that feel of something that you'd wear in a different century. So it does have a sort of timeless elegance to it. And I also am drawn to the collar as well. It seems to be something that's very flattering, and I am just wearing that open for the example today. But there are different ways that I would enjoy wearing something like that. Altogether, I am on the side of keeping this one, but I will still tell you at the end. The Charlotte top is next, and it is this beautiful chambray material that has that awesome contrast of having something that's, you know, rural Americana, but then it also has this beautiful like French formal ruffles around the edges, which takes this casual vibe and turns it into something else entirely. Also, if you're thinking about summertime, you know, especially here where it's so humid, I'll be putting my hair up and everything, and so that detail just carries all the way to the back. So that's going to be amazing. There's two ways that you can wear this too, where I have it buttoned up today, but I could have just had it open with lots of necklaces on, and so that's a different way to wear it too. So they have that on the website for reference. So this is really cool. I think that is something that I could wear with shorts or obviously with anything like jeans. As we're moving from like spring into summer, it's honestly still winter. I'm dreaming here of it being warmer. This next blouse has to be the most dramatic thing I've ever worn. It's the Gabby blouse, and I do love the pattern of it, and I was so drawn to it on the website, and obviously other people were as well, because it was like the very first thing that sold out that morning that it hit. But when I got it, I do think that it was just a little bit too large for me. It does say on the website that it runs, the blue version in particular runs a little bit on the large side. So that's what happened with me. I feel like I am just from the Renaissance period, because these puff sleeves just go on forever. I mean, I feel like I'm in the Nutcracker where I have all of this drama. I'm not opposed to the drama, I just think that it might be a little much. Some small details though for reference. The embroidery that's running all along here does have small little hole eyelets, which are so beautiful. In the back as well, it's got this little detail here where you can have the button enclosure. And then the end of the sleeves have all of the drama as well. It's not something that's just cut straight across, but it's more die cut, the way that they're embroidering all of that pattern along there and cutting it. So much work would have gone into this top. It is beautiful. I would say that it is worth the price point. I would also say to that point that when I put it on, I'm like, I could see one of the top luxury brands charging so much more for this top. It does look like something very expensive. I just think it's too much drama for me, like when I put it on. And it's one of those moments where you're floundering, right? So on this side, I can dig it, and that's why they have the photo position the way I think that they are trying to show that, to where it's not this way and it's so much wider than I expected. Next is the Lemona Blouse. Again, sorry about pronunciations here, but I love some details about this for sure. It's got this beautiful paisley design, and the sleeves have the ruffles along the edges. Then at the edges here for the cuffs, as well as the hem, it has this beautiful scalloped design. And then this is something that is very flirty, right? So it does have that sheer component that I was referring to earlier. So altogether, this top could be worn a couple of different ways. I like to wear it tucked in. Obviously, that's my preference, but so many people, whenever I tuck in a top that has this beautiful detail at the bottom, they're just heartbroken. And with a top like this, I am on the fence. I think I still could wear it untucked, and it looks so beautiful. So obviously, if that's your preference, this is a good top for you. I also, of course, love having those short sleeves longer. I totally would prefer something like that compared to having something that's more of a capped sleeve. So that is just very flattering in my opinion. This is so feminine and so beautiful, and I think that one detail when I first started shopping from Sezane that I loved is that the weight of this is so durable, where this top looks so breakable and fragile and delicate, but honestly, there's some stretch to the fabric and it's thick, so it's not something that's going to just fall apart, in my opinion. I think it would last for a very long time as long as you can keep it white. Next is the Malvina shirt. Now the pattern on here is amazing. I love having underneath, it's got these little like retro vintage pink flowers on them along with these minty green leaves, and then on top it's got all of this metallic detail on it that really is a showstopper. So I would say that the metallic material is a little bit on the scratchy side. So if you have super sensitive skin, this might be a little bit uncomfortable. And then on the sleeves, because these are a smocked sleeve, it is something where it's going to be tight on your skin. With that said, I do like to just have those up a little bit so that the fabric can drape on top of it. And then along the collar here, it's ruffled and it's beautiful. I love the loose fit, but I do wish it was just a little bit on the smaller side for me. And that is probably a deal breaker. I think too, if I had maybe a little bit of a deeper tan right now, then this could be something that really glows a lot more. I'm not sure exactly how it's showing up on my skin tone and if I am in love with it. So that's another thing I'm on the fence about. Next is a short sleeve. This is the Valentina shirt. Obviously, the way that it's constructed is very conservative, but then the way that they did all of the detail in the front is very flirty. So you could wear this how I am today. You could wear it with a bodysuit underneath. It's really your preference and your comfort zone and what you're going to be wearing it to. But this is something that's going to be so amazingly breezy and beautiful. Never mind, that's a different brand. But I really do like the way that this is going to work for summertime, so that is something I love. I'm not sure about how I am in love with how it stays open, because it is something that just wants to fold closed. So being that it is on the flirty side anyways, it might be something that you just prefer to wear buttoned up to the top. The model is wearing it a couple of buttons down, that it's open, so use that as a guide. I do love the way that they constructed this top as usual. I could say that with every single one of these tops. They go to so many lengths for how it's just perfectly knitted together, and I am in love with that. I just got back from seeing the movie Emma for the second time, and they all had these beautiful like frilly necklines like this that they would wear underneath things as well. So this could be a versatile top in your closet if you are looking for something that you can wear underneath things. The sleeves aren't too poofy, and I don't think that would be a problem with the right top. Okay, the pros and cons of this next blouse. I have a few things to bring up. One thing, I actually do love the print itself. In fact, it's not a print. These little dots are woven on each single one. And then on the other side, you can see where they cut off those little strings to reveal this beautiful horizontally stitched little dot all over it. So the sleeves themselves, this would just be a regular tank top, but then they overlay the sleeves with just this beautiful ruffle detail that goes all the way down. So that's really cool how they constructed the way that the sleeves look, really just by taking this tank top and just clothing you in ruffles. In the back, it's got these little tiny buttons on them, 3 different buttons that are going there. So that is just so delicate and beautiful and unexpected in the back. This is a beautifully constructed top. Now, when it comes to do I find it flattering on me, I do like how it's adding more bulk here, like any puff sleeve would, but I don't necessarily prefer something that looks like a cap sleeve, and that definitely seems to be what's happening here as this top is a little bigger for me. They have lots of sizes available, but because I could really size down one more than they have, I just don't know if it works for me. I also think that this will be something super flattering come summertime with a little bit of a glow. I just don't think that will happen as soon as I need it to. Finally, for shorts, I picked up these Fabrizio shorts, but I totally got the wrong size. I was basing my decision solely off of their size guide, which was different than other sizes that I've gotten in their pants before. So I went with a 4, way too big compared to the regular size 2. It does say in small print that if you're between 2 sizes, go with the smaller size. So do that if they have your size available. I love that it's high-waisted. I love any short that does not cling to my thighs. I like to have a little bit of that gap that just is really much more flattering, in my opinion, on my legs. I also think that it's going to be great to have these sort of like buttons that are cinching here as well. I love that they have these ruffles here. There's so many things I was looking forward to in these, and I'm just gutted that they don't have my size anymore. So those are gonna be great qualities if they have your size still. I think that too, this is gonna go so well with so many of those more intricate tops, or you could just wear it with something much more relaxed. So for the example today, I'm just wearing it with a button-up top, and I think that having something a little bit more on the formal side is going to go so well with these. So those were the pieces that I went with. You can tell me in the comments if you got any of these pieces and what your reviews of them were. And then also I just am going to show you in a minute which pieces I decided to keep and which ones I decided to send back. With that said, I did want to say a quick thank you to everybody who reached out to me and Zach regarding the tornado that went through my city at the beginning of the month. It was quite crazy, but Zach and I are completely fine and we didn't have any damage. It was a little bit stressful for sure, and you can find out more information over on my IGTV post. But in other news, I am just so thankful for you guys, and I'm excited to get posting again. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Figured out a way